Nah, this is all the stuff that I've been doing with Dave, the breathing coach.
Yeah.
So just he had
How are
us.
you looking, mate?
We can talk about whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we want to talk about the fight, Kai. you now know where Ohio is, in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the week leading up when you got over there. Was there any trash talk, or you said his manager might have been doing the talking beforehand? Yeah. What was it like?
So leading up to the fight, the weekend before I left, I actually had a staph infection. So my elbow was pretty swollen, pretty run down. Just it's normal things in a camp, cutting your calories because you're starting to get ready for the weight cut, as well as the volume's still high from training, so we're still pushing. So the body's, feeling it. It's overworking, but you just have to push through. So the last day, I did my spider, then I had to go to White Cross to get some antibiotics. I was waiting there for about 3 hours, didn't get seen by anyone. So made a phone call to a friend who knows a doctor, and then eventually I got some. I didn't want to get on that flight before without any antibiotics. So luckily it all worked out. Got on the flight, a 30-hour transit all the way to Columbus, Ohio. So it was about a 12-hour flight to LA, 8-hour layover in LA, and then 4-hour flight to Chicago, and then an hour flight to Ohio. And I was on my own. I didn't have any cornermen flying with me because Eugene and Twist were flying from London, and Geordie was flying from Brisbane, and Frank was flying from Vegas. So bit of a trip to get there, as well as being a bit run down. And I knew everything would kind of come together. Fight week, you're not pushing as much. It's just about the weight cut and just strategy and fine-tuning on the pads with Eugene. So, this is just what's happening in behind the scenes. People don't realize, leading up to a fight, you have all these little obstacles. You just got to know that it's all going to work out. You just got to push to the side, just trust the system. And fight week, it actually was a good week. I was in Columbus, Ohio, where it's pretty cold. It was snowing when we got there, -3 degrees. So from coming from summer in New Zealand to putting on your layers and your puffer jackets in Columbus, it's like where we were in the hotel, there wasn't too much around us, but the people are so nice. They know who I am there. I guess Cody Garbrandt, the last guy, the former champion I knocked out, he's from Ohio, so I disappointed a lot of his fans, but I guess they jumped on the bandwagon, and now they're my fans. So it's pretty cool. I got a haircut from just a local barber, and he's like, "You broke our hearts when you knocked out Cody." And then I was like, "Do you still want to give me a haircut?" And then he said, "Yeah, of course, I'm a fan now." So it's cool that we're so far away from home, but you get a pretty good reception, like you're fighting in your hometown. So good fight week. The weight came off easy. Having Geordie, the fight dietitian, he's one of the best in the game and knows my body better than I do. So having him there is just great for peace of mind. And we have a system that we follow. So 9 times fighting in the UFC, 9 times making weight, and we're fine-tuning it. We're getting better every time, and just seeing what works best and adding it the next time. So yeah, it's awesome to have him as well as our corner. We had everyone that we usually have in the corner. No restrictions anymore. No one that I'm not used to not being there. Eugene wasn't there for my last fight, so for this fight week he was there. Twist, so much knowledge and wisdom that he can provide on fight week, and then having Frank as well, our wrestling coach that's based in America, he was there. So yeah, great fight week. So made for a great fight night. Not much trash talk. Obviously my opponent doesn't speak too much English too well, and he is partially deaf. So I told all the commentators, all the press, I was just going to let my work do the talking. I wasn't going to go in there and say too much. I was just going to say, if I'm going to be the champion one day, I've got to go prove it, beat the number 2 guy, and that's what I did.
His resume, unbeaten and plus a 2-time Russian wrestling champ, you weren't dodging anybody, you were going straight to the hard basket. Yeah. Round number 1, Eugene says, "Don't give up the back."
Yeah. Yeah. That's the usual advice you'll give me when I'm fighting these wrestlers and grapplers. Obviously, we don't want to lose rounds, and we don't want to give them their best position. So it wasn't, in the game plan, but this is fighting, stuff happens so fast, and, I was scrambling. You saw that. You saw my defense, but the Russians are so good at catching that leg and sweeping it and then staying on top. So when he had my back, going for his body triangles, and I got back to my feet, went to the cage, stuff that we do so much at City in training. You know, I didn't really ever feel in danger or threatened with the choke. It was around my neck, but I never felt threatened or like the submission was going to be close. So that's just a lot of work we do here, you know, obviously drilling this, like, so we don't even have to think anymore. It's just muscle memory, as well as working with, you know, all these guys that help that 1% extra, you know, working with David Neef, our sports psychologist, and this, just that mindset when things don't go to plan, you just back yourself and you know you're going to get through it, and if you're still breathing, you're still fighting. And then working with David Wood in the pool and doing all that breathing training and mindset training, you know, this is what you're seeing now when I'm fighting. I don't feel overwhelmed, I don't feel pressure, because I've done so much leading up to these fights where it's just another day for me. When I'm in there fighting in a stadium with 20,000 people, it's just like I'm sparring at the gym. I don't put any more added pressure, and that's just the mindset that where I'm at right now. So the difference in the last 3 fights is it actually happened in the Roval fight where I lost. I had to actually look myself in the mirror and say, am I the best in the world? Do I actually believe it? And then that's the difference. I actually believe it now. So when I'm in there, you know, there's no doubt in my mind. It's just I'm here to show everyone why I'm the best in the world, and that's the Kai that you're seeing in the ring now. It's it's a powerful thing when you start to believe it, and you're not crippled by, I guess, stuff that's happened in the past. You use that as a learning curve, and you just grow from it. So just trying to be the best version of myself. So yeah, first round was a tough position, but I never quit on myself. I always said like in my head, just positive self-talk. So we'll get out of this. I know what I'm doing. I can hear Eugene. I'm fighting the hands, which I'm one of the best at in the division. So all these wrestlers, all these black belts, when they get their best position to get me out of the fight, they're never close, because I worked so hard on that.
All the fighters talk to me and they say, you know, you can feel the strength go out. You hit a guy good and you can feel the strength. Was he actually getting harder at the end of the round, thinking he's going to run out of time? Did he put more pressure on, or could you feel him not maybe as strong as when he first put the hold on?
Yeah, definitely. He could see the clock was running down, and he wanted to get me out in that first 5 minutes, but just had to stay calm. And then at the end, when he was trying to go as hardest to get the choke on, I put the thumbs up to the ref saying, you know, I'm sweet. And then when he got off me, he pushed me because he was frustrated, and I just looked at him. I said, "Yep, you got me that round, but I'm gonna get you back this round. It's my time to turn it on now." So yeah, there was just a big switch in momentum. The crowd, you know, they could see it, and then he felt it. Second round was more active, more. I was pressuring more, trying to work an angle. He's southpaw, so we're trying to stay on that lead foot and double up the right hand. Just listening to Eugene and Twist, what they were saying, you know, mix it up for your kicks. And then at one point I stuffed the takedown and he couldn't get it, and that was a big shift when he realised he couldn't get me down anymore. Then I started to put it on him, so I turned him into the cage, and then I landed one right hand that buckled him, and then I was just like, okay, now it's my time to just put it on him. So just like a dog, just put my head down, just went for it, you know, just try to put some combos together, 2-3 punch combos. Out of desperation, he would try shoot under and get that takedown, but we got good defense, framed him away, and then put the pressure back on him. So he did well to stay in the fight. You know, I clipped him pretty hard with some hard shots where other guys would have put them away, but yeah, he showed his resilience in that second round. But the crowd was all behind me, you know, being I guess him being Russian and the crowd being, I guess, pro-Kai, they wanted me to win, so they were all on board. So, and man, it felt amazing hearing that energy in the crowd and that roar. And when I landed a punch, everyone was backing me, or defended a takedown, everyone was up off their feet, you know, excited. So yeah, just used that and harnessed that to help me. And then in the third round, similar, landing, you know, hard shots. I stuffed. He only landed 2 takedowns out of 14, so I stuffed all the rest, and the judges saw that, you know, that was doing a lot in the fight. You know, he had a few positions where he had my back, but only temporary. It wasn't threatening with a choke, or wasn't long enough for it to be a significant, I guess, moment in the fight. So yeah, that's what happened. And in the third round, I did enough to get the nod from the judges, unanimous, and then yeah, when I got the win, the crowd roared like I was fighting in my hometown in Auckland, but I was in the middle of nowhere in Columbus, Ohio. So awesome to get that support, and they loved it when I went OH, and they said IO, so Ohio, and then yeah, it was my birthday as well. So what better way to celebrate on my birthday, 29, beat a guy that's never lost before. So first take a zero, and I guess get the number 2 ranked in the world. And now I'm right in the position where we're talking title shots, so I'm in a great place.
Just before we go on to that, the last round you got a bit cheeky. You went to take him down. You had a.
Well, yeah, why not? You know, like we're already showcasing all our skill sets here, so let's show them that we can take people down as well. Yeah, elite wrestlers. But it's just one of these things where I just got to back myself now. When I'm in there, I don't really. I'm so present. I'm so like focused on what I have to do that I don't have to overthink anything. It's like if I want to do it, I just go do it. You know, I'm not gonna like okay, I've got to do it now. It's like nah, just do it. Get in there. I've done this so many times now. So, like we said before, it's just about being confident and going in there and knowing you're the best in the world.
The big fight coming up that you're going to be watching very closely. Have you got a preference of who you'd like to fight?
The title fight against Figueroa and Moreno. Yeah. So after the fight, actually, I just sat down with the matchmaker, Mick. He was at the hotel bar, and we had a beer together, just saying, what's the plans now? Are you guys still going ahead with that fight, or, have I spoiled the party and am I jumping in? So, yeah, they're pretty selective on what they say. They never say you're in or you're the next guy, but he pretty much alluded that we are the next guy, and there's no other one person in front of me. I'm the number 2 ranked guy. 1 and 2 are fighting each other, who are the Figueroa is the champion, Moreno's the number 1 guy. It's a 4th fight. I wish they would have waited a week after to announce that, wait for our fight to play out, and then they could have put me in straight away. I wouldn't be trying to say, take my fight rather than the 4th fight with Moreno. But that's the UFC. They're here to put the biggest fights on, the fights that people want to see. But a lot of people want to see me now. I think with me knocking out Cody Garbrandt and now beating a guy that's legit undefeated, and what people were saying he was going to be the future champ. Now I've been saying it for a few fights now. As I'm saying, it's all about timing, it's all about momentum, and now it's my time. So, I would fight both of those guys. Great matchups for me. Moreno, we had a great fight the first time. I dropped him twice in that first round, and I've learnt a lot from that fight, as well as he would have. He's improved a lot. So it'd be a great storyline. Rematch, fighting for a title, or Figueroa. It's great matchup, fan favorite matchup, because he likes to bang, he likes to put on a show, and I'll meet him in the middle and I'll point down and say let's throw, and I feel like I'll catch him, because I feel like we're just on another level here. So yeah, we're in a great place, great matchups. The flyweight division right now is on fire. Everyone wants to see it, which is awesome, and it's great to be, I guess, the face of it. So for me, the UFC need some new blood, for this title. They don't want to keep putting on this fight. 4 times is, I guess, 3 times too many. So let some new blood in there, let a new face in there, and it's my time to get in there and bring a belt back to New Zealand. There'll be 3 belts at City Kickboxing. So yeah, we're just on another level now, and you can see that when I'm in there. I just feel so at home, and yeah, I know I'm the best in the world.
It's a long way since they were thinking of cutting the flyweight, wasn't it? Eh?
Yes.
You were in danger of not having a job. Now you're at the top of the profession.
Well, that's the thing about this fight game. Like 3 years ago when I made my UFC debut, people were saying to me, how does it feel to be the last flyweight ever fighting, or would you go up to bantam, or is there any other promotions that you want to fight in, because the UFC is going to get rid of it? And I was like, I haven't even fought yet. This has always been my dream, and now you guys are thinking about taking it away from me. So it's been awesome to being a part of the movement that have kept the flyweights around. Every flyweight that's in the UFC now is always putting on exciting fights, and that's just full credit to what we've had to do. We've had to really go out there and put on a show, because we've got our jobs on the line. People don't want to watch I guess, decisions or 3-round fights. They want to see finishes. They want to see people putting it on the line and going for it. And that's what I provide. You know, that's what I always try bring when I fight, is not just be entertaining, but when I smell blood or see a finish, I'm going to go for it. So when I point to the ground, don't shoot for takedowns, swing. That's the international language. Even if you're deaf or don't speak English, when you point to the ground, it means let's throw. So I guess Askar will know that for next time.
Fantastic, mate. Hey, thanks very much for talking to us, and go Volk this week.
Yeah, big fight for Volko this week. I don't feel like he'll be losing the belt anytime soon. I see Korean Zombies training with Henry Cejudo, a guy that I've got a history with, obviously being on the same team on Tough 24. They have little things that they've been working on. They think that Korean Zombie's going to knock Volko out, but nah, Alex is on another level, and he can take this fight to the ground and keep it standing if he wants. So I feel like he's going to be too much and just overwhelm Korean Zombie. You know, he's been in the game for so long, a legend of the sport, but yeah, it's not his time anymore. It's Alex's time. So I feel like he's keeping that belt. So yeah, great card. Make sure you tune in. It's going to be a great show. Awesome, brother.
Hey,
appreciate it.
Thanks.
No worries.